Hi everyone, welcome back to Pagoda One. I am here with
Me first.
Okay, go ahead.
Chantelle from South Africa.
John from America.
And I'm Sam from England. And today, unfortunately, we have some bad news.
No, you can't start off the video with bad news. Say, we have something special happening today.
Dum dum dum.
We have something special, and it's a little bit bad.
Well, what do we have in front of us?
Well, as you can see, we have a bunch of food ready. Come and please join us. Sit down with us while we eat some delicious food.
This is like English video with mukbang
Yes.
101.
Yes. What is the bad news?
What is the
Chantelle?
bad
Okay,
news?
Sam, you go first.
Me first? Isn't there only like one piece of bad news? Unfortunately, the last time you'll see us three in this setting together in the Pagoda One
It's
channel.
sad if you
Yeah.
say it.
So I think
know.
what's happening is people are moving away.
People.
Who are those people?
Some people.
I'm here for you guys. They're leaving you.
We are
I'm here,
deserting.
they're leaving
We are
you.
deserting.
We are going to be replaced.
Our chummy John.
We're just going to kind of talk about some topics, some things that kind of brought us to Korea.
Yeah.
Why we are leaving.
We're ending now, but we can talk about where it started. Where
it started.
Where did
So-
it start? Because you were the one in Korea longest, right?
Yes.
So where
This
did
is
it start
poetic.
for you?
So for me,
Yeah, don't-
I actually came in 2014. It's been a while. October 2014. My plan was only 1 year, but then I just fell in love with living here and the city and just everything. And it ended up being basically 7 years. Every year my he asks my girl, when are you coming home? And
Is
I'm
this
like,
the year?
bloody, I don't know.
7 years later.
7 years later.
Several months later.
It's time for me to move on. I've been doing this for a long time now. 7 years is very long actually. And I'm off to new adventures.
Oh.
But like, how did you find out about Korea? What made you want to come here for a year?
Now, why do you want? You ask Sam first. I want to eat noodles.
I've started.
I wanted something new. A colleague who used to work with me in my previous company, she had done a 1 year stint at Pagoda in a different branch.
Pagoda.
And she loved it. The only reason she went back, I think, was for a relationship or something. And she told me, you know what, why don't you try this company? My year in Korea was amazing. You want to do something new, and I like working with people. So yeah, that's how I ended up coming.
What do you got?
Wait.
Well, I came to October. I came to Korea. Blah blah blah.
I was also 2014. I've been here about 5.5 years, split over different time periods.
Because you went back home for a bit.
I went back home to graduate, and then I came back to Korea. Kind of pulled me back in. Get here, boy. But
Is Korea like trying to seduce you?
it is.
Get a boy.
That's why I'm coming back to Korea after
coming
I
back
leave.
again.
I think I've said this in another video, but I was an exchange student originally, so everybody kind of wanted to go to Western countries, like other Western countries. But I kind of wanted to experience something completely different.
Yeah.
Different culture, different language, all of that good stuff. So after doing a lot of research, I thought, at least for me, like Eastern Asian countries kind of fit me the most. And then I was already into StarCraft a lot.
Aha.
I was into video games.
Well,
a lot.
what
Does
brought you
say
to
a
Korea?
lot.
Ah, yeah.
Starcraft.
What kept
Yeah.
you in Korea?
Video games. I couldn't get good enough. So I came to Korea to be pro.
Yeah.
When I first became aware of Korea, I just watched a bunch of YouTubers who live in Korea and talked about it. Through them, like, I really got interested in the potential of like coming to Korea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my uni was partnered with like a good uni out here. So everything just went hand in
You're
hand.
like well excited to come here.
Oh, dude, I was like, let's
Stoked.
go.
Yeah.
I'm so ready.
Unlike you, I had zero knowledge of Korea at all. The
I
only-
didn't have knowledge either. I just came because someone
like people
recommended
recommended and stuff like that.
Bad
But
knowledge, big brain.
all I wanted to do was live in another country. That's it. I was like, I want to live in another country. I want to live there for 4 to 5 years. Now I have to figure out why or which one, right? I immediately took out all Western countries because I was like, I've been in a Western country. I've lived here 26 years in a Western at the time. And then the second one, of course, is pay. I needed something that paid enough for me to live there, right? And that narrowed it down to Korea, Japan, and the UAE.
Ah.
And so I was like thinking maybe Korea. Did do a tiny bit of research. I was like, what is Korea? And I learned about the history a little bit. After I learned about how kind of the uniqueness of the language and some of the history, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in blind.
Did the same.
I don't want to learn about anything with culture or anything.
In blind?
Straight
Damn,
blind.
you two brave.
I'm happy I did that because I had no expectations. So everything was just, oh, okay, this is how it is.
Basically going to ditto that. That's what I did. And I just came here and it was like, I don't know, 1 year went by, 2 years, 3 years, and I hit my 4-year limit. Well, actually, when I hit my 2-year, I was like, I'm definitely staying here for longer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not moving away.
Same.
I'm just
After
gonna
2
stay
years, I
here.
thought, okay,
Yeah,
this is it.
This is
it.
What we're gonna do next is we're gonna get into this other food, and then we're
more
gonna
food,
get,
you say?
and then we're gonna get into like pros and cons, and we're gonna get into like the first feelings that we had when we got here.
All the feelings.
All the feelings.
All of the
Yeah,
feelings.
get ready. Since he's doing the sauce, and you already ate stuff, why don't you go first?
Okay.
Okay.
And you
Yeah,
eat.
what's up?
All right. Cons, I would say, is obviously really far, away from the family. If you are close, like I'm very, very close with my family, so it's very difficult not to see them every day or even once a month. Get to see them once a year, if you're lucky. I mean, some people haven't been home in years, like you.
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
And with the current situation, I haven't seen my family for 2 years now. I think for some people a con was definitely the culture. It is very different than a lot of our cultures back home. That could be a con, but it depends on how open-minded you are. Like, I'm very flexible, so it was easy for me to adapt to a lot of the culture here. But if you're not, it's going to be very hard for you. And of course, language barrier also. That can lead to some difficult situations or uncomfortable situations.
Opening a bank account.
Anything.
Feel me?
Pros, I mean, there's so many. Safety, obviously, coming from certain countries, it's more dangerous there, the higher crime rates. Korea is very safe. I can walk home at 3 a.m. in the morning and I'm okay. The food is a big pro. Korean food is so good. In the city, people are rushed and tired and busy. But if you leave the city and go into the countryside, the
Such a
people
different
are
atmosphere.
so kind and just so warm-hearted. People in Seoul are in a rush and busy, and it can seem like they're rude.
City is city.
Yes, the city is a city. I know
Same
it's
in
the
London.
same in New York and big cities elsewhere. But if you travel, they're so nice. Really. And most people are curious but really friendly.
And man, countryside in like summer and fall and
It's
late spring,
beautiful.
it's just like, it's
Yeah.
popping.
It's gorgeous.
In the summer, it's green everywhere. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
See many colours in autumn especially.
Yeah, in autumn is gorgeous too.
What you got for us, bruh?
Pros and cons?
No.
Oh, I've actually been too into eating to like really think of anything.
You want me to go
Thinking
first?
about this?
No, I got this. You go first, actually.
I would say you started with cons, right?
Oh.
So I can start with kind of the cons. One, I think language is a thing. Trying to navigate daily life when you don't know how to say anything is very difficult. And
Yeah.
for me personally, I have such a hard time asking for help. I
Yeah.
don't like bothering other people,
And me
period.
too. And I'm too
so
shy to do that.
Way
Yeah.
too shy.
Yeah.
and most of it is them talking to me and being not
Nay.
knowing anything. Okay,
Nay.
sure, nah.
Do you
Yeah.
want to sell your
Yeah.
soul and life savings?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give me the.
Yeah. As for that, I didn't have a lot of cons because like you,
Yeah.
I came with zero expectations. When you come with zero expectations, none of them can be harmed or hurt.
You can't be
Lack of them.
disappointed.
You can't be disappointed is the word I was looking for.
That's it.
And there are some like cultural things that you can live with and you can adapt to, but maybe you don't agree with completely.
Yes.
And so those can be difficult sometimes, but that's
Right.
just more of a live with it type
But
thing.
if you are living in another country,
You
that
adapt to,
will
yeah.
always be a
that
thing.
will always be.
Like,
Yeah,
you will not
absolutely, yeah.
like everything. I mean, there are things here that I don't like.
Yeah.
But if you choose to live here, you kind of
Yeah.
need to just, okay, whatever.
As for pros, safety is one of them. Food is a big one for me.
Oh, yeah.
Coming here, my world just exploded with new types of foods.
Oh, I still haven't tried everything there is.
Yeah.
I know.
And I've been here for so long, you know?
It's another kind of culture shock is there's a lot of eating here.
Yeah.
A lot of
Lots
eating.
of food.
Hey, look at us.
Other pros, like, I feel like Koreans were genuinely interested and genuinely kind in a lot of ways. They're always wanting to be helpful. And there's mean people everywhere. But in general, everyone was like kind and helpful. So that was like really nice to come into in a lot of ways. For me personally.
I think South Africans are nicer. Sorry.
But you know who's not nice?
The British.
Oi! You what? My turn. I'm going to get a bit serious.
Okay.
More serious.
Let's go.
I'm going to preface this by saying, like, this will happen in any
Yeah.
homogenous country and society. It's almost the nature of things. That is xenophobia, right? Foreigners often get grouped, and we really represent each other. If one foreigner does a bad thing, it's
Then
blown up in the media, and everyone
everyone.
is bad.
Everyone.
It's
All of us.
and that's been intensified a lot, and it's the same in other countries, of course. Like, there's been Asian hate in the US and stuff like
Yes,
that.
that's true.
What I do want to say, it's like the unawareness to it is big. It's like the moving away from you on the train, like
I'm not sitting next to you on the bus.
yeah, not sitting next to you on the bus.
But I like that.
You're like,
Continue.
It's this is a con, but
I
it's
like my space.
it's a pro within a con. I don't like people getting too close to me, so it's not too bad.
I feel like my students who have lived abroad and studied a lot, they have also experienced some bad things
Yeah,
and some
definitely,
racism.
definitely.
Yeah.
They're the ones who understand that it also happens here.
Yeah.
So it really depends, but yeah.
We enjoy living here. That's why I'm pointing it out. It's because you need to come here with like an open mind.
Yeah.
That gonna know how to kind of play your battles. kind of thing,
pick your
Pick
battles,
your
you know?
battles. That's-
play your battles.
Play your
Play your
battles.
battles.
Yeah, I've been playing-
This is not a game.
I've been playing too much StarCraft, you know, like, jeez. And it's not like an everyday thing. You're not gonna get it every day.
It's more subtle, and it's more like just those everyday small actions. You're like, oh, that's right, I am a foreigner.
Going to pros, okay.
I'm gonna guess. PC bomb.
Food.
No, I
Oh.
have a very unique one actually.
Huh?
And
Only.
for me, I'm quite like the hustle and bustle of things is quite draining for me. If you're living in South Korea, everybody kind of minds their own business a bit.
Yeah.
In London, it's very overwhelming. Like, I don't like it. I get a bit anxious. I can just hear what everybody's talking about.
Oh, okay.
It ends up being very draining.
Yeah.
Like, I live outside London, but it was very rare that I actually travel into London. I didn't really like it. But in South Korea, because everybody minds their own business a lot more, you can kind of switch off, and you don't need to really pay attention
Yeah. You're not
to
even
what
forced.
everybody's talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Like, it's very respectful in that manner. The other thing, I mean, we've already mentioned safety.
There's a lot of social trust.
There's a lot of social trust. Yeah.
And
among
CCTV.
people.
Yes.
And-
Another pro,
Oh, you're just popping out with the pros
I'm
today.
popping out with a few pros.
John is here.
This is a pro and a con for me. John is here. No, this is such a basic thing. I kind of hate talking about it, but it has affected my life so much.
Okay.
And that is just the convenience. Not just ordering food and stuff, but
Coupon.
yeah, coupon queen over here.
No.
The convenience of getting around, like the public
Oh, yeah.
transportation
Yes.
here is on another level.
Absolutely.
Um,
Buses, subways.
I would miss that so much.
Oh,
like,
me
be like,
too.
what? I can't get everywhere.
It just really stood out when I first came
Yeah.
to Korea. That was
Yeah.
the first thing, you know, getting out the airport, going into the subway, and I'm like, people are using their phones in the subway
Yeah.
in London.
Yes.
You
Yes,
cannot
sir.
use your phone. There's no signal.
There's signal.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, like,
Your
Wow.
phone is working.
I think now we can talk about future goals.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Sam being messy and why we're leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are
Why,
we leaving?
Why are you? Why? You know what? I felt personally attacked when you both announced that you would be leaving.
John, it's not me, it's you.
it is.
Yeah. What are
Dear
your future
John.
plans then?
Avoiding John.
Avoiding John. That's
Just
why we
kidding.
wanted to
We're not
leave.
leaving because of John. John made it harder to leave, actually.
Yeah.
Because I
'Cause he kept
literally
begging
yeah.
not to go.
And I like walked you down, like handcuffed you.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's been 7 years, so I do need a bit of a new environment, which is a new challenge or something different. So I am planning to maybe head on over to a different country in Asia for now. I'm still confirming things, so I say where because it's not confirmed
I
100%.
see.
But if that doesn't happen because of the current situation, it's not so easy to go everywhere. I might
What situation?
the otherwise I'll go home for a little bit and just continue with the planning.
Get your prize in before you get back to
Oh,
another
I
country.
miss my bride.
Sure.
Future goals, I want to write permanently. I do like writing, so that's kind of a big goal for the future.
And we're going to see a new Korean drama, and it's going to be
Yeah.
writer Chantelle from South Africa.
Yeah, like-
Not even your family, just from South Africa.
From South
From
Africa.
South Africa.
Well known for the Pagoda One video.
Yeah. Everyone knows who we are. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, we don't know what life holds for us. So yeah.
But what are you leaving us for, buddy?
I'm in the same boat a little bit. I'm just kind of in need of truth.
That was not smooth.
Very cool, Sam. Very cool. I'm just kind of in need of seeing family and friends and my new puppy. I'm just a little bit burned out. It happens to everyone. Happens to the best people. Don't get me wrong. I love the job. It's just a little bit tiring.
Yeah.
So
Pressure.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, in the situation. I think that has just intensified it, and not being with family,
Yes.
living alone.
Oh yes.
I noticed that it has increased my introvertedness 100-fold.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go out, of course. Like, I prefer staying at home almost every day. I will happily cancel plans.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, we know.
Sorry. Future plans. I'm coming back to South Korea. I'm probably going to be in England for like 4 or 5 months.
Doing nothing.
Doing absolutely nothing. I'm going to become so fat. The amount of fish and chips I'm going to eat.
Oh
I'll be
man.
setting new world records.
You're gonna come back as a dumpling.
I'm just kind of planning out the future for when I come back to Korea, because I'm probably going to like settle down here permanently.
Oh,
So I
okay.
kind of just want to make sure I have like a
That one-
full-on
yeah.
plan of what I'm doing.
What's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I'm applying to go to graduate school in South Korea as well. So before things go crazy,
Yeah.
while I can, let's take a break.
Yeah.
And then I'll go crazy.
But not crazy at the clubs, crazy at the school.
Not crazy
school
all
clubs.
day.
No more clubs to me. That life is behind me.
Why don't I believe that?
And then John's gonna be here without us.
I have no plans to leave. Like,
Leave.
you know, I might visit people, like my family or something, but no permanent plans to leave. I don't have any plans to leave ever. That may change one day, but for now it's not. For future plans, my short-term goals are just to be a little TMI, to just get all my school loans and stuff paid off and
Yeah.
like get my life in order. And then long-term plans, it's funny you should say it, but I love creating things. And one of the things I like creating is writing. I like writing. And I've been out of practice so long, and I miss
like
it.
writing
I
too.
miss it. Stuff like that, it's part of the future. I don't know how, but it's part of the future. On that note, we will see you in part 2, because yes, there is a part 2. We're gonna clear all this food away, and we're gonna speak face to face with you guys, and face to face to each other. Isn't that nice? Anyways,
Oh yeah, we are doing part 2.
stay tuned for part 2. See you then. Bye.